welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie, and this is going to be a response video to the wonderful Capri's Black History Month discussion that she has going on over on her channel. So if you want to see what I'm responding to, make sure you go and check out her video. It is down in the description box. And like I said, this is a Black History Month discussion. So Capri from Capri's BookIsland came up with these wonderful questions, and I just had to jump in and give a response to some of the answers that she gave to these questions, sort of have a discussion on my channel as well, because I thought these questions that she came up with, the three that for the response video that I'm talking about, were pretty good. I mean, I agree with a lot of the points. It's a great discussion start and everything like that. So I figured I'd continue on with the discussion. So the first question that she asked in that video, which is episode 4, I believe, and she did it as a collab with Camille from Brews and Book. I believe that's the name of the channel. I'll link that down in the description box as well. The first question was story time. And it is to talk about a time when someone touched your hair, because, you know, as Black women, we don't like nobody touching our hair, and no matter how we have it. So talk about my hair and how, if it makes you uncomfortable or anything like that. So story time. Here's story time, right? As you guys can see, I have my hair wrapped up today, and that's because I was lazy and didn't feel like doing anything with it. It is currently in a natural state, and I have not put any chemicals, straightening chemicals, relaxers, perms, anything like that in my hair for going on, let's see, I think I did a big chop in 2006 as soon as I exited the military. And then I want to say I got a texturizer maybe a year later, but then I was like, nope. And then in, oh goodness, I want to say 2012 or so. Nope. It was once we moved here. Yeah, so 2012, 2013 time frame, I decided to shave my head. I'll insert some pictures so you guys can see sort of the hair evolvation of me. But now I keep it in a natural state. I very rarely put anything in my hair. I only wash my hair like once every 2 weeks or so. It does get wet in the shower. I don't use a shower cap unless I have it in a protective style, which you guys saw if you watched any of my videos late last year. I did a get ready with me where I went and had a sew-in done, and I had that long, flowy, over the shoulder hair. But yeah, so just a little bit of history about me. I grew up in a family of women that did hair. So they're cosmetologists, and I always, you know, hot comb. Yes. Woo, hot comb the head. And then once my aunt got a hold of me and my mom allowed her to use me as her guinea pig, I had all these different hairstyles of the cool 90s, and, you know, had a little jerry curl that would only take like right here, right back there, but I thought I was cute with my little spray bottle and a little jerry. It was so bad, so very bad. I tried to crimp my hair once, and, you know, it was just crazy. So oh, I tried to shave my head, tried to do the shave sides. Yeah, I'm a little off topic, but so it's funny. I have a little bit of a different view on this. I haven't really had I haven't had people come up to me and like just blatantly try and touch my hair. They do always seem to want to ask, can I touch your hair or things like that. It doesn't bother me, because I own it. I know back in the day when I was younger, I did have incidences where it would be like, it was sort of a, not a shame or what have you, but you just didn't want anybody knowing that you had a weave or that the hair length wasn't yours. I own that shit now. If I go out and I get a wig and it looks different than what somebody saw me as like 2 or 3 days ago, or if I have a picture that's completely different than what you're looking at right now, I will be like, yep, it's a wig and I don't care. It's a weave, or, you know, oh, it's braided up underneath. I own that shit now. I own it, own it, own it. And I'm proud of it because what? I paid for it. It's mine. That's my philosophy on that whole hair thing. So it doesn't offend me anymore. And it really didn't. When I was in the military, there were so many rules and regulations on how you could do your hair, how it had to be kept, and things like that. So I really was very much into relaxing my hair. Every 4 to 6 weeks, I was going to get a relaxer, or I had micro braids back when those were cute, and they're still cute. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, because if I could sit for, or had time to sit for 8 to 10 hours to get some micro braids done, and I had the bank to do it, because getting your head done is expensive these days, whew, I would do it. But I don't have that much time, and this natural hair is the best way for me to do my hair these days. So that's how that goes. So there's that question. There's the answer to that question. The next question that was asked was, do you think when a book depicts a black character, it should be used for promoting the book, i.e. telling everybody that there's black characters in the book? Whew. This question right here is thought-provoking, because up until last year, I didn't care. I had no, and even now, I'm more cognizant of it when I look at books, if there are black characters in it or not. But I didn't initially go out there and go, oh, I'm only going to read books with black characters in it because I need to see myself. I don't need that. My imagination is good enough that even if the author has described the character as lily white with rosy pink lips and cerulean blue eyes, if that attitude and that emotion of the book doesn't fit that description for me, there goes that description, and in comes Stephanie's description of how the attitude and the storyline fits with it. And I can still become emotionally connected even if there isn't a black main character. I can still see myself in characters even if they're not written to be black characters. So, in all that, it kind of annoys me that we are using so much separation these days when it comes to promoting. Gotta promote black authors, gotta promote black actors, gotta promote these films and books and TV shows, all because they have black cast in them. It's like, can't the work just stand for itself? That's sort of where I am on that one. So you don't have to promote it just because it's a black cast, just because it has diversity in the book. Just give me something that's good. Something that's going to emotionally connect with me. Because I can find an emotional connection in a lily white society of a world that is built. Because I may be black in skin color. And on paper, when it comes to a race, because you have to, you know, you're saying that that's what I am. But my experiences can be so vast and so wide. So, there we go. And then the final question in this discussion, how or was Black History Month celebrated in our household when I was growing up? And if so, how was it? And am I going to continue type thing? I don't necessarily remember it being a huge thing in my household to celebrate that we were black. I know I went through phases where I had to, you know, I did the whole back to black, and growing up in Michigan, so close to Detroit, although we did not live in Detroit. I didn't grow up in Detroit. I grew up in Ann Arbor and Flint and Saginaw. There is a huge African American communities there and things like that. So it wasn't a, you know, choose a month or choose February to celebrate it per se. We just lived it, and, you know, I did go through a phase where it was like all about Africa and trying to go back in the red and the green and the yellows and the dashikis and the, you know, all that garb type stuff. But then I evolved, and I don't necessarily know that I celebrated it besides, you know, going to school, and our schools, as most schools in the United States, February is Black History Month, and they focus on that, and then they celebrate the struggle, and they celebrate the overcoming, things like that. I know we did projects. I know that, dang it! Now eyes on the prize. Woo, there it is. Eyes on the prize. I misspoke on that in my Blackathon video, in my romance genre-a-thon video, and called it Lift Every Voice in a Sing. No, that's the Black hymnal. Eyes on the Prize. Eyes on the Prize was the mini-series about the Civil Rights Movement, and I loved watching that. Loved watching that, along with the mini-series Roots and things like that. So we didn't necessarily celebrate it as a special month, but we watched and sat down in the month of February to watch and really get ourselves back to our ancestry and stuff like that. Now, being that I have a biracial baby, this was the first year that I really sort of sat back and asked him about, you know, what they're doing in school. And of course in school they're doing, celebrating Black History Month and things like that. So it's like, well, you know that George Washington Carver was the guy that invented peanuts and peanut butter and all that other stuff, which is amazing. One of the books that I will be reading is a young adult, juvenile, or middle grade book about a woman that lived in the South, and she was almost, I want to say, a midwife, but they didn't acknowledge her as anything more than a slave and property. So I'm looking forward to getting that book, just so I can be like, hey, here's another one. Here is another one where we have overcome. We became doctors and things like that. So those are my responses to Capri and Camille's video. It was fun chatting it up with you guys. Let me know your thoughts on some of those questions down in the comments. If you want to do a reaction video, please do. I'd love to watch it. Let me know if you do one. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys later.